Welcome to Design Diary, the podcast where you get to look inside my board game design notebook as well as what's going on inside my head. We look at a new word each day from the sense of mechanics, tone, theme, or inspiration for a full game. Today's word is
Exigent, requiring immediate aid or action, requiring or calling for much, demanding. As I was reading this, I was like, is that the right word? Did I pull the right word up? Because we work we're 2 weeks behind. And then last week, I didn't even post because I was going away and everything. So,
yeah, the definition that I wrote down was requiring immediate aid.
Requiring immediate aid or action, requiring or calling for much, demanding.
Okay, yeah.
So, I have something. Do you have something?
I have a little bit. So I'll start just to kind of get the ball rolling. It was talking about specifically the definition that I read also mentioned, calling out for help. One specific person is asking for help from another person. And I was thinking of Cosmic Encounter, where you don't have a choice on who you are attacking.
Yes.
So that kind of removes the sting of taking someone down because the game told you to do it. But in this game, you would be partnered up with someone each turn, and they would decide how much they want to help you. And so, obviously, that depends on who you partner up with. If you partner up with the person in the lead, you probably don't want to help them that much, unless helping gives you a benefit for helping out. And so I think that would be just an interesting dynamic where instead of when you are helping someone, instead of spending them and they go back to a supply, your stuff goes to the person that you are helping. So you can maybe build something when you're helping someone out, but everything that you spend on your turn goes to that other person.
That's neat. Did you ever play Viva Java?
No.
That has
Is it Viva Java or Viva Java
Dice?
The dice game?
No, Viva Java.
The coffee game, the dice game. I know there's two colons in there.
The big Viva Java. It has it's a very competitive game, but there's one of 4 different phases where you decide your placement on this map, and the map's divided into 3 areas, and everybody in that quadrant ends up working together for the next phase of it. So it has this really cool positive player interaction thing where you're teaming up with people and helping out just for this small portion, and then you kind of break off after that. And that kind of reminded me of it for a second.
Interesting.
So I went with the same thing, not the same idea, but the same exact, the player was the one calling for help. Because if you reverse it, it's like something needs your attention. That's every single game ever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you think of Pandemic. This thing's, this area is dying and exploding and someone needs to go there. And just anything else is every game ever. Something's calling for your attention. But I wrote, players are builders building up houses in an expanding market. The competition is fierce, but all builders are part of a union. And the union has all kinds of rules. But one of them is just that if another builder needs help, everyone else has to pitch in. So you're sort of all working together, but you're not. It's a fierce, competitive market. But they're all brothers or whatever it is. They have to help each other. So what I said was on your turn, you could take a new job, and it was very much almost like the rules of Ticket to Ride with this one extra thing. So you can take a job, which is your card on Ticket to Ride. You can play any number of worker cards from your hand to complete an existing job. You can hire new workers, which is to get more, or you can ask for help. And then the trick of it when you ask for help is everybody has to give you a card, every other player. And it goes to the table face down in front of you, so you don't know what they gave you. Well, no, you're going to know what they gave you, but everybody else doesn't know. When you use the help, you flip it face up and leave it in front of you. You don't discard it. You just show that it's been used. You aren't required to use it because people could give you a ton of help. And the player with the most help at the end of the game loses. So if I have a ton of help, I might want to keep it face down so nobody else knows, so people keep asking for help to complete their objectives. But if I have help, it helps me complete my objectives, which is really good. So
interesting.
I was kind of messing with that thing. It's a little bit of Tony's Treasures, which is a game that we're doing here. It was one of our contest games. It's a little bit of that. I talked
oh my
about
gosh, you're
Livingstone.
publishing Tony's Treasures?
We are doing a 9-card version of Tony's Treasures that is
fantastic.
super cool. Just got some artwork in today. I'll send it to you.
Oh, that's so good.
Did you end up playing it? I know you've seen it.
Yeah, I played it multiple times. It was one of my favorites of that contest.
It's so good. Yeah, I'll send you that artwork.
Fantastic.
But it has a little bit of that, because in Tony's Treasures, you can bid any amount of money for these objects, but the person who bids the most by the end of the game loses. But I wanted to change that dynamic a little bit in that other people are forced to give it to you, but they could, send you a ton of money, which is bad for them, or a ton of workers. It's bad for them, but it's also bad for you.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting to think of in games like Lords of Waterdeep, you have like corruption, where it gives you like super powerful things to do, but if you get a bunch of corruption, I think the mechanism is like the person who has the most corruption can't win.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting because corruption is a bad thing. But what we're talking about is specifically like aid or help and that kind of stuff. But it still has the same end result. The person who got the most help, even though it's a good thing, loses.
Yeah, well, I thought of it like, it was the person who was like the least not faithful, but like the least, I don't know, they were the most needy. I don't know how you would word that. But I thought of it like, like they were the worst manager because they never managed their teams well enough. But I was thinking of it like games where you can take a loan of money, but the person who didn't pay back their loan, loses or whatever. But I wanted to twist it in that everybody gets to determine how much that loan is. Secretly.
Oh man, that would be the worst. You go into a bank and you don't know how much you're getting or like even how much you're asking for. It's like, I want a loan. And then they decide
I need money.
I guess that's kind of how it works. Like you expect to go in with a certain amount and they'd let you know if that's possible.
Oh, and then they tell you all the fees at the end that they're taking out and you got way less than you asked for.
Yeah, or you go in and you only need $5,000. They're like, we are giving you $1 million loan. Good luck paying that back.
I am actually trying to get a loan right now, like a refinance on my house, and I'm going through exactly that, where it's just like...
Good luck.
It is a nightmare upon nightmare upon nightmare. So, I don't want to play that game, so I maybe this is a bad idea.
But you want to design that game.
Maybe it's a bad idea. Anyway, that's Exigent.
You just need to publish it and find out.
I know. All right, we will do this next week.
Sounds great. Talk to you later. Bye.